Hey guys, today this is gonna be like my third time recording this because every time I kept breathing into the mic. So hopefully this will be a little bit better, and I'll try to like restrain myself from breathing too hard. What we're talking about today is art and improving, obviously, and how do you get better at it. So recently I've kind of had a big improvement. I just went up a steep hill and I reached my peak, and now I'm stuck at that peak and I'm like, how do I get better from this? I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do to what do I do? Like right now I'm very heavily into shading, and I'm not doing that good with lighting and shadowing, which is something that I need to start soon, and hopefully I will. I have done a little bit of that, but like not enough. I'm not really proud of myself on keeping up with that, but I will hopefully get better at that soon if I pay attention and remind myself, this is something that you need to do it, and you'll get a lot better at it. So first thing is, when you look at your art, I personally will kind of judge it and scrutinize it until there's nothing left to do, and that is not always good. Sometimes it makes your confidence really low in your art and your work, which is not really an amazing thing to do to yourself, but other times it helps you see your mistakes and how you can improve on those mistakes, and or just not even mistakes or imperfections or lack of something in your work. And if you do have those little things that are holding you back, then you can just kind of stop and write them down. Write down all of the little things that you see is wrong. Am I doing the eyes right? Am I doing my nose right? Just look it down, and often just looking up a tutorial will help you immediately, and it'll be amazing. But for me, the thing that best helps me to improve my work and my art is by just looking at humans. And that is very self-explanatory. It makes a lot of sense. If you look at something for a long time, you study, you know a lot more about it, and it's easier to memorize, it's easier to explain it. And art is kind of like explaining it. You're kind of like telling a story. So if I look at a human, I'm like, okay, so there's eyes and a head, and the head is this amount of inches away from the eyes, or that sounded weird. The nose is that amount of inches away from the eyes. Okay, I kind of figure out where things are supposed to be. So if you don't particularly focus on humans, you look at a lot of landscapes. If you're like a landscape artist, you don't have proper wording, but if you like drawing landscapes, you look at a bunch of landscapes and you say, okay, so this is here, this is where the horizon meets the trees, this is how the lighting falls on the grass, and just kind of use that as your mold. So what I'm kind of getting to is references. References are amazing because a lot of people are like, oh, I drew this better reference, which is amazing. That's really good if you can do that. But in order to improve, you draw the reference and you try to draw to that as closest to the references you can get in your style, or and you'll see so much improvement from there. Stick with it, don't try to change anything. Sometimes I'll try to change the position of someone's nose if their nose is kind of in a weird position that's hard for me to draw. I'll change it. Don't do that. Keep doing it until you get it right. Next thing is breaking down faces, and sometimes I don't do this. I do this a lot of times because I'm very impatient, and doing it takes a little while. So basically, it's when you pick up a drawing book, one of the first things they say is kind of breaking down your face into shapes, like the circles for the top part of your head, and a square or rectangle, whatever, for the bottom part of your head, and using that as a way to build up. And that is amazing. You don't know how good that is until you do it. For every art piece you do, you kind of map out where goes where, what goes where, and you will just improve so much. That, to me, that's amazing. And just use that and build off of it and guide yourself in the right direction by just doing that. It's really easy, it's really simple. Yeah. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, I don't want to ramble too long because it gets boring, is just practicing. And practicing is something people always tell people, practice. Yes, practicing does help. It does amazing things for you. If you practice, you'd probably be an amazing artist right now. And you are an amazing artist, but you're going to keep improving and getting better at what you do. And yeah, if you practice, you try to draw every day, try to take a journal with you wherever you go, and just sit down and practice and keep drawing and don't give up. You're going to get better. And yeah, I just feel like hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm not sure. This is me trying to give good advice, and I'm kind of not the best person out there for advice, not the best artist, but I definitely have my tips that I can give to people who are trying to improve, because I've seen improvement in my art, and I can tell you guys what I've been doing to get this far, and I'm not that far yet. So yeah, hopefully that was a good video.